Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today I'm going to show you a little bit of the Nintendo Switch Lite trailer working on a homemade Nintendo Switch Lite, my own creation. Now, I did this a couple of months ago and I am amazed about how similar it is to the actual product that's going to be released in September, down to the size, the weight, everything. So let me just show you the one that's being released and we can compare the pictures of it, and then I'm going to show you the specs and we can compare them as well. So if you have a look here now, you will see it's here, and let me just pause it when you get to the front part. Right, okay, so look at that. You can see on the official one the bezels are bigger, and forget about the colour scheme, but look at it. It almost looks identical. Right, let me show you the side of it. Right, you ready? That's the official one. And this is the My Mate Vince one, which is fair enough because they have just cut down the Joy-Cons like I have. And the back of it. Back of it's not quite so good. Right, okay, so this is the official one at the back, and if you have a look here, I mean, again, I've done it in a two-tone way, but if you forget about the two-tone, it is very, very similar. Yeah, look at that. To this one here. Right, now, it's not just the way it looks. What's amazing is, I've got to show you the size of it, and the weight, believe it or not, is exactly the same. So imagine now if this was yellow, grey or turquoise, you would see that really it does look very, very, very similar. So I've been getting a few messages today telling me that I have to check out the video because I kind of did my one very, very similar to it, and I think it's quite funny. So I've been looking at the specs of the one coming out, and basically it's going to be 208mm across. So unfortunately it's quite a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot smaller. So it's very similar to what I've done here, because my one's about 200 and maybe 213 across. So there's about 5mm in it. The height of the official one's 91.1 and the one I've done is about 90, so you can see there, again, very, very similar. And the depth is 13.9. I'm not exactly sure where they've measured that from, but again, you can see here that there's it's going to be very, very similar again. Now, the screen on my one is the proper Switch size screen, so it's a 6.2 inch across. The official one's only going to be 5.5 inches. So it's a shame that they've still got those bezels, but maybe they've done it so if it gets dropped and stuff, there's more strength there. But now this is pretty amazing. The one that's coming out is 275 grams. Now check this out. Look at it. 276. When I put it on there earlier it was 275. This scale does vary a little bit, so you can see how similar they are. I wish I'd bought a lottery ticket when I made this, because it looks like I have looked into the future and basically taken the idea completely. Now, where my one differs is that the official one will not have HD Rumble, which is a real shame. And if you have a look here, the one I have done has actually got HD Rumble. So if you have a listen, you can hear that. So I don't know what sort of rumble they're going to have on it. Hopefully they will have some rumble. It'd be a bit of a shame if there was no rumble at all. And the other major problem is it's not dockable, and I think they've missed out there, because this is a dockable Switch. It's just that this particular one doesn't dock because I've put a faulty motherboard in there. If I had a proper working Switch motherboard in there, this would be dockable, but I made this up using basically spares and leftover bits from all my trying to fix videos that have failed miserably on the Nintendo Switch. So yeah, this particular motherboard never docked. That was the problem with it, hence the reason I used it in here. But I think what Nintendo should have done was, I think they should have made it dockable but not sell it with a dock to keep the price down. Then, if you wanted, you could buy a cable like this, maybe 4 meters long or 5 meters long, and with this it slots into the dock. So obviously you'd have to buy the dock separately, and you see Nintendo would have made more money that way, because then they could have just had it so give the customer choice, and then they could have sold docks separately for a nice little markup. So if you have a look, that goes in there, and then you would plug this in here. Now, if this was a dockable Switch and if everything was connected in, what would then happen is this screen would go blank, and you'd be like, well, Vince, how do you play it? Because the Joy-Cons are attached, but with this model here it's actually working wirelessly. You can see down here it's working wirelessly, so the screen will go black and you could still use it as a controller. And I think they've really missed an opportunity there, because I don't think it would have cost much more. I don't really think it would have cost anything more. I mean, I need to see the inside of the Switch Lite when it comes out. Well, obviously it would cost more, but I mean, I managed to cram the proper motherboard into here. So if I've done it with literally no money and no skills, I'm sure Nintendo could have done it. So that is a little bit of a shame. But now where their one will be so much better than mine is, unfortunately, this is not a touchscreen, because the digitizer, I'd have to use the official Nintendo Switch one, the full-size one, and it's too big for this. But yeah, I mean, they've missed out on a couple of things there that I think would have made it a better user experience and would have also made them more money. But am I looking forward to it coming out? Definitely. Am I going to get it? Of course I'm going to get it, 100%. Already I like the look of the turquoise one, so I think that's the one I'm going to get. I don't know when it's getting released in the UK, but as soon as it is released, I will be getting it the very second it releases. Why, if I've already got this? Because it's going to work better than this. It's going to be stronger. If I drop this, it's going to break. I have to be careful with the screen and stuff. Their one is going to be a proper professional product. But I thought I had to get this video out there because it's so similar. The actual one that's coming out is so similar to this, not just in looks, but in size, weight, everything. So I thought, come on, Vince, you have to get this video released today to show the world at this creation, because when I brought this out, you know, it didn't get that many views. And it's funny because there's other channels that have put videos of just a rendered Nintendo Switch Mini or Nintendo Switch Lite, and they've got like 1 million views. I actually came up with a working thing, and I don't know where it is now, but I didn't get a huge amount of views on it, which is a bit of a shame. So you never know, maybe with this one it might get a bit more exposure. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think of this Switch Lite coming out. Are you going to get that one, or are you going to go for the normal Switch? And yeah, that's it. Subscribe to my channel if you like videos like this and fix-it videos. Take care. Bye now.